Let me say a word about King Charles. King Charles spoke to a joint session of Congress today. I thank him so much for coming. He was eloquent. He was charming. He was funny. He talked about the special relationship between the United States and the United Kingdom. And we do have a special relationship, and I hope it can continue. And I want to come back to the King's visit. In preparation for the King's visit and the King's speech, I read an article in particular in the Economist magazine. I read the Economist magazine anyway every week. In my opinion, I've read it cover to cover. It's really, some call it a newspaper, but it really is a magazine. I've read it cover to cover for 25 years. It covers the world. I've always enjoyed the reporting because it's very in-depth, it's very factual. Just about every author of every article offers his or her opinion, but it's subtle and it's nuanced, and usually they offer their opinion after presenting both sides of the story. It hurts me to say, disappoints me to say, that in the past year, the Economist has really changed. Their reporting has crossed the line, in my opinion. They are so angry at the president and angry at America that it has seeped into their reporting, and I really regret that. I'm going to keep reading them, but I really regret that they've given in to their appetitive desires and lost some of their objectivity. And the article in particular that I read it on the plane. I don't remember whether I was going home or coming up. But the article that I read in preparation for King Charles's visit was entitled, "Britain Rethinks Its Special Relationship with America." Britain rethinks its special relationship with America. And this was the question that the Economist was asking. Should Britain, the United Kingdom, with which we do have a special relationship, should the United Kingdom keep hugging America or embrace Europe? Like it was a buffet, like they have a choice. And in the article, it startled me. The article also points out, and this also surprised me, disappointed me, that the author of the article pointed it out almost gleefully, that today, when you poll the American people and ask them if they approve of Britain, 76% of Americans approve. When you ask our friends in Britain if they approve of America, only 34% do. That one surprised me. I want to set the record straight that regardless of what the polls show, America does have a special relationship with the United Kingdom. And it's an important relationship. And that's why the American people spilled their blood and spent their treasure in 1917 to protect the British Empire. That's why the American people spent their treasure and spilled their blood in 1941 in World War II to protect the British Empire, which would not have won without America's help. After World War II, Great Britain, it was horrible. They were devastated. Flat on their back, broke. America, still, they were our friends, special friends. America lifted them up, bankrolled their reconstruction. We went in, loaned them money, helped them get back on their feet. And then shortly after World War II, we of course discovered that we meaning the United Kingdom and the United States, had a new enemy in the Soviet Union. We protected the United Kingdom all through the Cold War. I'm proud of that. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. In fact, if you look at the numbers today, we still protect the United Kingdom and NATO and our friends in Europe. If you look at the money, I know there's been a lot of rhetoric about our allies in Europe are going to do better and spend more money on their own defense, but the numbers are the numbers. The American taxpayer still puts up 60% of total NATO defense spending today. We put up $845 billion a year to protect our cousins in the United Kingdom and in Europe. I support NATO. I support continuing to do that. And so I agree with King Charles. We do have a special relationship, and we should nurture it, and we should make it better. But friends tell friends the truth. And to my friends in the United Kingdom, as we try to appreciate and reset our relationship, I would say to them gently and respectfully, the world's changed. You have to pay your own bills for a while. This isn't the fault of the good people of the United Kingdom. This is the fault of their political leadership. It's especially true of their current political leadership. But they have castrated their military. They're weak as rainwater. This doesn't happen in a week or a day or a month. It's happened over a long period of time. I remember when Great Britain ruled the seas. Now, when Iran fires a missile at their base in Cyprus, they can barely find one ship to send down there, and that ship barely made it.